Hey, welcome back. It's strength day, and today we're going to need a few different props. Grab yourself a stick, a broom, or a Swiffer. If you don't have a ball, then you can use a towel or something to slide you on your floor. Somehow you're gonna have to slide your legs. And then also we're gonna use the resistance bands. So we're gonna start off with just a little bit of mobilization and warming up. So let's start off on the hands and the knees. And we're gonna step the right foot up to the outside of the right hand, brace the core, plant the left hand, and twist. Bring your hand down, bring your knee back, change sides. Left foot comes up, settle in, brace your core, twist. Hand down, knee back, right foot up, twist, hand down, knee back, left foot up, twist, hand down, knee back, right foot up, twist, hand down, knee back, left foot up, twist, hand down, knee back, right foot up, twist, hand down, stretch your hips back, bring your hips forward, knee back, left foot up, reach up, hand down, stretch your hips back, hips forward, knee back. Now curl your toes, lift your knees, step your right foot, twist, hand down, stretch back, step back, left foot up, right hand plants, twist, hand down, stretch back, forward, dog. One more round. Now step your right foot forward. So both feet forward, go into your squat. Plant your hands, step back. Right foot forward, left knee down. Hips come forward, hips go back. Forward and back, forward and back. Change sides. Step back, right foot forward, left knee down, left knee right underneath the hip, right knee right underneath the right ankle. Now take like you have a button right in the middle of your left buttock, move it in and down to the back of the knee. Feel the front stretch. Raise your left arm up. Now pull your right femur bone back into the hip socket and then move forward and back. Keep the buttock button in. It's just going to be a little tiny movement. And you should feel a deep stretch here in the front of your hip if you're doing it well. Now hold that stretch and side bend. Back up, change sides. So to get this, it's not about how far forward you can go, because I can go deep into a lunge, but to get the stretch in the psoas, hip flexor, you're gonna move the buttock button in and down. That should already put it on stretch. Pull the femur bone back, and then take your arm up. You can even put your other hand there as a reminder. And then stretch forward and release. Very subtle movement. If you get it just right, it'll feel very deep. And I back off the stretch a little bit for the next one. Breath in and side bend. Come back up. Hands down, prasarita, feet parallel. Bend your right knee like a Cossack squat and lunge. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left leg. Bend the right and the left. Come back to center, up onto your fingertips. Or you can use a block if you're not as flexible to get a flat back. Brace your core. Heck, why not? Give it a little bit more movement. Twist and take your right arm up. Change, twist and take your left arm up. Change. And then bend your knees, lengthen. Hands to your hips, come up. And then let's just do some joint circles for the arms. So come into a half tipped over position, not upright, not all the way over, but just halfway, so we can activate the back of the shoulder as you make circles with your arms. And then start to upright yourself. Bring your knuckles to your temples. As you exhale, draw your elbows in. Inhale, open up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Then imagine your back was against the wall and you're going to make snow angels. All right, should be pretty warmed up now. So our first exercise that we're going to do is sliding for the hamstrings. So let me show you what it looks like if you don't have the ball. Going to have the heels on a blanket, pull in, hold and lift up, squeeze the hamstrings, lower back down, slide it out. Make sure that you're making the mind muscle connection, so you're engaging the hamstrings without straining your neck or your shoulders, and then feel that you're at your maximum tension as you hold there and lift up. To make it harder, you can lift up before you pull in, but that's really freaking hard to keep the shoulder girdle and everything. Otherwise, we can do it on the ball. Let's bust out 12 of these together. Ready? Lift up, contract the hamstrings as you pull in, and then lift up higher. Shoulders stay relaxed, neck stays relaxed. Drive the upper arm bones down and control it out. Last two. Okay, now check her out. We're gonna do a slide back lunge. So with your left foot forward, hands to prayer position, you're going to slide and lower your right knee down, and then feel the muscles in the leg turn on to pull the thigh bone back into the hip socket, the outer hip engages, and then you slide back up. Now this exercise potentially could be, you could make it more challenging by holding weights in your hands. Once you perfect the movement without any weight, then you can start to add weight. But adding weight is really challenging our core and its ability to hold the body in good form. So as soon as you add weight to an exercise and you lose the ability to press into the foot, engage the hip, keep the spine upright, then it's no longer beneficial for your body. It's good for your ego, but it's not going to help you in the long run. You're not working the muscles that are intended, and you're strengthening poor posture. Change sides. That's not a good idea. All right, be balanced on the foot. You learn from Mobility Day, tendency to roll the outside of this foot, so stay in the inner foot. Feel the femur bone pull back as you come up, the outer hip turn on. Sweet potatoes are done. Okay, now pause the video and repeat that series back to back, or rewind and do the ball with the quadriceps. Next, we're going to do some upper body work. So for this, we're going to need the bands. So grab your bands, and we're going to start with a pulling action. So you're going to stand and anchor the band to the door with a little bend in your knees. Aim your tailbone straight down. Aim your rib basket straight down. And keeping your neck relaxed, not straining in your neck. As you exhale, pull your elbows back. Now this is an exercise that we did at the beginning, but you should have more awareness as to how your body moves as you do it. And if it feels too easy, you can just increase the resistance. So there aren't too many crazy things that you can do in resistance training. So basically, as you start to perfect the movement, you add more resistance to it, and then you mix up how you sequence the movements together so that you're continually confusing the body. So it's like, okay, well, I did this one first last time, and then I did legs. So I know how to do that and stay strong, but what if I do legs first and then challenge myself like this? What will that be like? And vice versa. Drive the elbows back and hold. Slowly release it. By your 12th one, it should feel like, oh man, I can't really do another one without good form. If that's not the case, go up to 15. And if that's still not the case, you need to add a little more resistance. Okay, now we're gonna flip around with the bands and we're gonna do chest. So you're gonna plant one foot forward and keep your knuckles so they're pointing straight ahead so your wrists aren't turned in or out. And then from there, without hunching your back, so keeping your shoulders in their neutral position, back in their sockets, you're going to exhale and push. And you should feel your chest muscles squeeze to push forward. Make sure the wrist didn't twist. You didn't round over to do it. The rib cage stays in, tail aims straight down. I inhale slowly on the way back, strong to push out. 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. I like to change my stance halfway. And as I push forward, I try not to let my upper back hunch over. All right, so work to your edge to where it feels like you can't do another one without good form. Pause that, rewind, and repeat the sequence with me, or just pause it and do it another time on your own. If you really want to work on building a lot of upper body strength, do it a third round. And with any of these, you can work up to any of the strength videos, you can do a third round to really maximize your strength benefits and help to create more muscle growth. Okay, now we're going to use the stick and we're going to work on strengthening the posture chain. So check it out. I have the stick right on my left foot, and in addition to strengthening the posture in the body, we're going to strengthen the hamstrings and the glute for this one. So I put a little bend in my right knee, and then this stick is going to orient me to straight up and down. So notice the tendency to fall to the outside of your foot, stay balanced on the foot, center heel, big toe mound, and then from there, with the little bend in your knee, tip yourself. Keep your rib cage in. See how far you can go before you start to lose the foot. Ooh, already started to lose it. And then exhale to come back up. Inhale to lower slowly. Exhale back up. And you might be able to tip further, or you might get here and you feel that, oh shoot, I lose my foot, my hip twists, my body twists open, and then that's enough for you. That's how much mobility you have right now. But if you can start to go deeper without losing it, cool. Ideally, try not to let your foot set down in between rounds. If you get this going well, it should feel like glute city. You should feel a whole lot of glute activation going on. Change sides. As you're going back, reach down into the standing foot evenly. Feel the glute turn on to bring you up. Feel the hamstrings contract, help you stand. Try not to let your hips open up to the side. If the balance is challenging, put your left hand against the wall. All right, so you're working that one to failure. For our next exercise, you're going to use the ball, or if you don't have the ball, I'll show you how to do it without. We got a lot of people complaining on the first one, letting me know on the first one that they would have wished there were some variations. And then I knew that those people did not sign up for the email or read the email because I went over all the variations in the emails. Anyways, not gonna make that mistake again, I'll actually show. But did you not sign up for the email? The heck, you didn't sign up for the challenge? All right, so I bring the shoulders right over the wrists, and then I'm gonna slide in and slide out. More challenging, you got the socks on, and you're gonna, most challenging, find the level of challenge, but it shouldn't be neck city, doing this situation to make it happen. So if it gets too gnarly, then you got to back off, because remember, we don't want to strengthen the neck and the shoulders like that. That's not a good look. It's going to cut off the flow of energy. So first I find good posture through my shoulders, neck. I brace the core, keep the rib cage in. Then for extra burn, if you got the ball at home, put your forearms on the ball, brace your core, and then stir the pot. Don't let your middle move around, don't let your ribs sink or twist. And to make it super challenging, knees go up. Oh, I kind of lose the ribs when I do that one, so I'm just gonna focus on this. I haven't done this one in a while. Then ideally, after you practice, you don't just throw this routine out. You keep doing this routine for a few weeks, and then you're like, okay, now I can do it with the knees up. It's not so hard anymore. So always making our strength. When we feel it gets too easy, we can add different layers of difficulty. All right, repeat that sequence another time, maybe a third time if you really want to work on your strength. And let me know how you feel after. I feel pretty good. All right, thank you. I'll see you on breath day.